Hey, Harry back again. Long time for a video to be done. Just want to let you guys know, doing this video, I'm going to upgrade my garage PC. So it goes over there in that corner there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to change all this here, all the soft line white tubing for the EK-PTG hardline. I've got the fittings here. Sorry about the noise in the background there. That's some guy having his driveway done. The guys are flat out on the gas source. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. Going to change the motherboard. Here's a MSI 970 gaming for the 990 FX. The reason for that is when I came to put this board in last time, one of the pins had broke on the USB 3 under there. And I can't use the front panel headers, so that's what I'm going to do. There's nothing else wrong with the board. The board's brilliant, don't get me wrong, the board is absolutely ace. So I just had a chance of getting a cheap 990 FX, 6-core AMD processor and a 6300. Nothing special, don't get me wrong guys, this is nothing special, this PC. It's just one I have in my garage, what I call my man cave. So that's what I'm going to do today, or tomorrow, and today and tomorrow should I say. I got a few little bits and pieces I want to do to it. Put a black piece of perspex down the back of there so you can't see any of those wires and the hard drives. I might put a cover over the back of there and make one up out of perspex. Yeah, we'll see how it goes on. I just thought I'd give you a starter for 10. This is my drain port coming out of here. Out the I think that's an Watercooled pump top. It's got D5 pumping obviously. Then I got the Watercooled tap coming out of there through a bulkhead. Let me see if I just get a light on that for you. It's got a bulkhead fitting in there. I just cut the hole just so it misses that bottom fan, and then what I do is I just put it in there like that, through there, put my thing in it, my drain pipe, and I'm away. So that's what I'm going to do at the moment, and I'm going to get all this stripped out now, get it all drained out, and then I'm going to start my little mods on the inside. See if I've already done it. Yeah. Okay. Okay, the noise is still back in the background, but I've got the motherboard out now. The MSI 970 is out. I've dropped the fan out of the way. I've just taken the fitting out from there and that one. I'm going to keep this one on here for the moment on the top of the front radiator because I want to do the bends in the back here first, but I got a lot of work to do there. I did drill a hole in the back there, I don't know if you can see it, for these cables to come through. I do have a grommet for that, but I'm not going to put it on this PC because it's going to go up on my gaming rig. Yeah, that's a bit of an update. Just tucked all the cables away because all this lot is staying in. Radiator obviously. So that's up to date there. Now just look at the motherboard over here. Beautiful motherboard, red and black. Got the 16 gigs of HyperX there, and that was the pin. I don't know if you can see it. One of the pins has just broke off in here. So, right, time to crack on. Okay, a little bit more done. I've cut in the back plate, the perspex back plate there, so you can't see any of the wires and stuff down the bottom. and stuck it to the back of the radiator. Just put a bit of carbon film on it, same on the side of the rad there. You can't really see this one. Put a couple of the EK hardline 16mm couplers on there, just temporary. They're tight on the rad at the back there. I've also left this 8-pin hanging out so I can put that on the motherboard, excuse me, before I actually push the motherboard into place. I put the IO, the 990FX in, because to get this on, get this 8-pin on is very difficult, so I always pull the cable through, put the motherboard in here, put the pin in, then put the board into place. So that'd be easy. Everything else is just left at that. I've unplugged the pump because I need that later on. I've also put some rubber mounts under the pump top to stop it vibrating. I was getting a little bit of a noise last time, but as I say, it's just the garage PC. Leaving this tube on there. Right, what I'm going to do now is I've just taken the RAM, the HyperX RAM, out of the 970 and the XSPC cooler off. Two EVGA 580 graphics cards. As I say, it's nothing, no big deal for this thing, it's just something to do. I just wanted to try the hardline on it. So I'm going to take the FX 6500 out, I think it is, and put it in the new 990FX board, put the cooler on, and then I'll put it back in the case. Okay, the motherboard is back in. It's got the graphics cards in as well. Put the cables on, done all the wiring at the bottom. Obviously only the pump is going to be plugged in once I get this done. I just started to do my first bend with a 16mm OD PETG tubing. It's near as damn it 90 degrees. Now that tube there is going to come down the back, out there like that, and then into here, so it's going to go backwards and then up. Thought I'd just try something different this time, as I normally just come round, in, out, up, down, CPU, rad back to the pump. I want to try something different. So that's the first 90 done, and let's see how it goes from there. Okay, after about 20 minutes or so, that's the first bend done. Gone in there, up the back and into the back, and I bet you that's the only one on the whole system that leak. But it should have gone in. It should have gone in there about 10mm, 8 to 10mm, up to past the second O-ring. And I'll push the other O-ring up and then just tighten these up. But that's the first one. No kinks or nothing like that. No. There is a bit of water in there, guys. I've just flushed it out before I put it in. So that's the first one. Pretty straight with the. You just look at that there. Pretty straight. Pretty much 90, and so yeah, right, on for the next one. Okay, there you go. Tubing is done. Just one thing about this EK sleeve, this EK rubber thing, I had to rub it down quite a bit because I couldn't push it in any more than 150 mil. So I got the sandpaper on it and give it a rub down a couple of times, but I did find it go through some tubes better than it did others, so just be aware of that, guys. The EK tube is good, bends beautiful. I cocked up one which I overheated, my fault. That's why I've had to put a straight in down there just to get over it with a couple of 45 connections on it until I get back up to overclockers. And then get a couple more tubes, and then I can do that one again. But this is, I just wanted to test these ones out. The one I thought that was going to be naff up the back there seems to be okay. Bending was right there, to do a little kink up there like that, just to make it level. It's near as down here, a little bit out there, but you know what the hell. maybe that one's lifting up like that a bit, you know. But hey, not why the pump is running. But yeah, it's not too bad at all. As you can see, so that pump's running on 5. It's very quiet now. But now I put the rubber underneath it, a couple of rubber mounts under it. Which is alright. I leave a leak test in now. I put the red liquid back in because I'm going to flush it back out and put some fresh stuff in, because this had the excess piece white flexi hosing on it. So I'm just going to run it like this with this liquid in till it's leak tested, and then I'll drain it all out again and then put some fresh stuff in. Yeah, so far so good. It's taken me about 4 hours, something like that, to actually, no, what time did I start this? 9 o'clock this morning I start. It's now 4:30. 7.5 hours to completely strip it down and get it running. Well, the liquid back in it. I've got to do all the cable management tomorrow. I could do it tonight, but I want to go do some gaming on my PC upstairs. So that's it for the moment. So far so good. Just give you a bit of a swoop through down into the top of the graphics cards. This one will be changed when I can get back up to overclockers, because I'm not paying that postage when I can drive past there and pick up a couple of tubes. That was straight one there. Then the couple of rubber mounts underneath there just lifted that nice and straight, which is good. That's what I had planned. So yeah, that's all there is to do now. Cable management. And that was my spirit level just toppled over. Right, once I start that, I will be back with you. Just give you a scan of it, pan over. Okay, the garage PC's been running for around 2 hours now, leak testing. Nothing, no leaks at all. Everything seems to be alright. Pump's on 5. And listen to that. What you can hear, I think, is this. Pump is supposed to be on 5, hopefully. I don't see any. I'll just tilt the case. Hope the pump is running. Can't see any air bubbles coming through anywhere. Makes me a bit suspicious. Okay, a few little bubbles come up there. Give it a bit of a shake. Yeah, see the bubbles coming up through there. Okay, the pump is running. This is one thing without when them flow meters in place. Makes me a bit suspicious if the pump is running or not, especially when you're just doing a leak test like this. Let's give it a bit of a shake. I did see a few bubbles coming through, but I'm going to leave it on for a while. Let's say this section here is not exactly how I want it, so I will get some more tube and try and get that right. These two, this piece here and this piece here, is not quite in line, so I'll try and get that right. I'll get some more tube and rebend them, but I just want, it's only a garage PC that sits over there, so it's nothing mega, you know. So, but other than that, everything so far at the moment is okay. I'm going to change this back fan out here, this LED Corsair fan, which is a red one, for the one which is in there, and I'm going to put a white ring on it and change that one out to this Be Quiet 140, which I have here. I'm going to put the 140 in this PC. This one here is just a can I say just a DOS PC. But whatever I do, I seem, you know, the DOS PC always seems to come out better. The boot time in this like freaking rapid, like 20 seconds. As soon as you press the button, blink an eye, the thing is up and ready. Maybe because I put the OS on it with from the USB stick in UEFI mode. Maybe that could be the why it's done it like that. As you can see, temperatures on there around 34 and 42, 50, 33, give or take a touch. Cores around 37. Fans are not running. Oh, here they go. They just boot up a bit. Got it running on speed fan. See how they go on and off. And the ones at the top. This is what I'm going to do with this one. Have it all running on that. Just got to change that fan at the back. Get rid of that. Put the black one with the white ring on it to match the ones at the top with the red and white and black build. Okay, I got to do the cable management tomorrow. These here, my favourite fans, Cooler Master Sickle Flows. Fantastic radiator fans. So I've got 3 of them at the front, 2 on the radiator, which is that one and that one, and this one is just pulling air straight in. As you can see, I've only got a 240 rad at the front because that's what I had spare, and the one at the bottom is just sucking air straight in. And what I'm going to do is put this one sucking air straight out, so it's got a flow of air straight through, especially over this coolant fin or whatever you want to call it at the back there. But at the moment she's running alright. By tomorrow evening I should have everything up and running, and we go from there, and I'll let you see it then. Okay, back again in the morning. No leaks. I've just tried it back over there. PC boots up, but I've got no displays. So I've just drained the system out a minute ago, about an hour or 2 ago. Drain the system, took the graphics cards out, reseated them. Everything seems to be okay. Now I did test this motherboard out with a CPU and an old graphics card before I put it in here, and it did work. The screen came up, got into the BIOS, everything like that, all was okay. Now I've put it in here and it boots up, but I can't get in the BIOS. I've got no displays on it. So what I'm going to do again, I'm going to drain it out, take the motherboard out, keep the CPU in there as I've got it, and I'm going to put a dummy loop on it with a little pump I've got, set up something, put another graphics, put my little graphics card in, keep that RAM in, the HyperX. I've unplugged all the USBs and everything out of it. I even did the BIOS. Took the battery out for 15 minutes and put it back in. Reset the CMOS. Still no good. So the only thing to do now is to take everything out. Oh dear. And see if I can set something up through a pump. I've got a spare radiator and fan which I can go into the I have to set something up. I'll take it all apart anyway. It's a bit of a bummer. I got another radiator. I got a one. I should have a small radiator. Yeah, there they are. I'm gonna get one of those rads out, put a fan on it, set a loop up for it, put a different graphics card in, and see if I can diagnose it from there. Got to be something simple, man. Simple. But everything worked on the 970. So all I got to do now is find out what's wrong with this. As I say, it boots up, all the lights come on, all the fans come on. I've unplugged all the drives bar the operating system one. But I get no, the screens just stays just as that with the orange light on. I don't get the blue light. I get it, look, the screens are actually looking for it. It says DVI, VGA, HDMI, scanning, but nothing. So, plan is drain it all out, take it out, take the board out, and once I've got that done, I will start diagnosing the problem. Okay, I'll be back to you in a bit once I get all this out. Okay, I've got all the motherboard is out, all drained off, all the connections, all the pipe work is there, all the PETG tubing is there, that's out, everything is out. Test bench is set up here. Took the water block off, I thought sod it, I'll just put a AMD cooler on it quick. Different graphics card. Put the 8 gigs. I've just had this running, guys. I just had to nip out, so I just come back. I wanted to do this for you. So I switch it on at the wall. Okay, the monitor is switched on. Second. Right, here we go. So that's on, that's on, that's on. I'm just gonna short it out here. Do a quick switch on. Be handy if I switched it on here, that might help. There you go. See, that switches on, fans come on, lights on, keyboard, mouse, screen. There you go, straight to the BIOS. Probably say press F something or other. F1 to enter setup, hopefully. Press run. Cannot find required map name. Okay, so we're just going to redo that. It just went straight to the BIOS last time I did it. Just clicking the delete key this time. Press F11. There you go. Straight to the BIOS, the delete key, whatever else had to be done. But there you go. There's nothing wrong with the CPU setting. The 8 gigs of RAM, you can see it there. Sorry, 16 gigs of RAM, 1866, 3.9 gigahertz on the processor, 6350. Everything is fine. Right, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take this as it is and I'm going to put it back in there. No water cool, no nothing. Just plug in 24 pin, 8 pin and try it, and put the one screen here, which is that left screen there. Right, once I get this put back in, I'll be back with you. Okay, just put this board back in. I know damn well it was working out here. So just plugged in the VGA cable mouse, keyboard, everything. Cap lock doesn't work, no screen. So I'm going to take it back out again and put it back over here and see if it works out on the test bench area. Okay, back on the test bench, comes straight on, but this time I got it plugged into the DVI port. Just took the one out the back of that PC there, straight into the DVI, plug it straight in. Now this is telling me something is touching and shorting out this board in the back of there. Gotta be, absolutely has to be. Something is touching somewhere. So now is what to find out now. More troubleshooting. Here we go. That works. DVI works. That works. Keyboard works. Mouse works. Yeah, mouse works. Everything is working. Into the BIOS. Lovely jubbly, just not in there. Right, we'll figure out something. Right, that's that part of it done. So I know it's something touching the back of this board, shorting out in there. It's got to be. Right, I'll get back to you as soon as I find out what it was. Okay, here you go guys, I got the damn thing running. It's now 6:30 Sunday evening. I've been on it most of the day. I went round my parents now for an hour or so. I came back, I did a load of testing on it and stuff like that. But I don't know if you watched the rest of the video, but as you can see, when I'm taking the board, because it wouldn't work inside here, but it worked on the test bench, as I was pulling it in and out and undoing the 8-pin connector up at the top there, I was pulling the 8-pin connector. Now, for some unknown bloody reason, them things, oh, I don't know, it just pissed me off big time. It had slightly come out the connector. Now you've got to push that little pin down on the 8-pin on the extension to actually get the thing out, and then it's hard enough to get out. But the bloody thing had actually pulled out about 3 or 4 millimeters. And it wasn't pushed right in. Now how the hell that happened, I just don't know. And that was the issue. From the very first time I built it to the time now, that was the friggin' issue. So lesson learned big time. Check all connectors. That was a real pain in the ass. But anyway, I did a few more things I wanted to do. I got the USB 3 working on this, which is very good for me, you know, on the front panel. I got an Eskis panel there sitting in there now, temperature sitting about 31 degrees on the water. Yeah, I got a slight ticking, if you can hear. And that's from that back fan. I had that before and it was a wire touching, so I'm not going to do piss all tonight. I'm tired. I've been working on it all day trying to figure out what this problem was, and it's a simple thing about a connector pulling out. But anyway, I'm having a brandy, chilling out. That's enough for me. Got it all working. Speed fan is on, top fans are not on, just bar that one which is on the front fan controller, that one and the bottom one down there. That's all running off that fan controller there. So yeah, I've had enough for the day, and I'll sort that out next weekend when I get home. But anyway guys, problem solved. Epoxy pin connector, 8-pin extension right round the back of the motherboard, round the back there. As I was pulling it out, for some unknown reason it had come slightly unplugged, and that was a friggin' issue. And the only reason I knew that is when what I wanted to do was pull the board out and sit the board out on the power supply to see if it would work then. And I went round the back and checked the cable, and it was slightly out, and I mean maybe that much. Just unplug, just enough so those connections wouldn't touch, and man, that pissed me off or what. But anyway, all that fucking work, whole day gone down the fucking Swanee just because I didn't check my connection, or connection should I say. There you go, she's up and running. It's not perfect, just in the garage as you can see. And then I got my good old trusty one over there in the half-X. So, okay guys, it's Sunday evening. That's about it. Once I get rid of that ticking noise, which will be next weekend now. So, yeah, I will do another vid on that, get rid of that, and then I will render everything up. Anyway, I hope you liked the video. The HarryH PC in the Corsair 780T, gone from the soft tubing to the hard line, all filled up. 2 GTX 580s in SLI, 6350. I haven't done any overclocking obviously, I'm too friggin' knackered, man, but I'll start doing that maybe next weekend. Alright guys, thanks for watching the videos. I know it's been a bit long, but I've had some issues, but lesson learned. Check the fucking connectors, pardon my French. Alright guys, thanks for watching, talk to you soon.